Hello and welcome. Today I am working on a 12 by 16 inch gallery wrapped canvas from Michaels. This commission is going to be so much fun. I am working with 3 colors, white, gray, and black. I am also going to Gorilla Glue this letter J onto the canvas. If you've seen any of my shorts, I've done smaller 6x6. I used a 6x6 inch canvas and I used small wood letters. At Michaels, they didn't have any of the wood letters in the bigger size, but that's okay. The white one works perfectly and it is thin just like I want it. Once I had my letter in hand, I went right over to the canvas aisle and just applied it to a 12 by 16 inch canvas just to see how well it would fit on the canvas, and it's perfect. The Gorilla Glue that I am using is a 2-in-1, so there is a brush and a nozzle. What I'm doing right now is using the brush, but I accidentally left it open the last time that I used it, so the brush has a bunch of dried up Gorilla Glue on it, and there's not much left in this little bottle, so I'm just tapping it. That's why I'm tapping it on the letter to get what's remaining out of the bottle and really apply as much Gorilla Glue that I possibly can. Even though this stuff is really strong, it's strong as far as its adhesive, the way it adheres to things and the smell. I stepped over to the side here because it is so strong. The smell just smacks you in the face as you're applying it, and I've never applied this much Gorilla Glue at one time, so I'm gonna have to remember that the next time that I use this, especially this amount to wear a respirator. And I do have some downstairs, but I'm done applying it now, so we're all good. Once you've stopped using it, the smell goes away, so you don't smell it anymore. Okay, now I'm just going to apply my letter to the canvas, and you just want to press down firmly just to make sure your letter is secured in all areas, and try to pull on it a little bit as well to see if it easily if you're able to easily remove it from the canvas. If not, you're all good. Gorilla Glue is very strong, so no need to worry about that when using Gorilla Glue. That's why it's my personal favorite since I've been doing these letter canvases. This painting here is just a 6x6 that I did using the same colors to test out how fluid the paint was. Now it's time to layer my cup. I did mix my paints a little thinner than I normally would for a straight pour, because with the letter canvases, I learned you have to make sure the paint is thin enough so it moves freely along the canvas, with the letter being in the way of the flow. If the paint is too thick, then it won't stretch over your letter that's on the canvas. So normally for a straight pour, I would make my paints a little thin. I would mix my paints a little thicker than this, but my black is probably the thinnest, and it really, for this particular situation, it really doesn't matter, because I do want my paints thin and I want them to move freely across the canvas without distorting my composition. So I'm going to continue layering my cup. I will let you enjoy this acrylic painting and talk to you again during the wet result. Here it is. So this is my third or fourth commission. I don't know who's keeping track, but I have 2 more to do. I love these colors. Even though black and white makes gray, I made this custom gray and he liked it. So that's, I'm really happy about that. I made the paints also thinner this time so the paints can flow faster across the canvas. With the letter on the canvas, sometimes you will get some puddle, like more paint puddled around your letter and in the inside, just depending on what letter you're working with. So I hope that doesn't happen here. I did stretch off as much paint that I possibly could without making the composition look all crazy. I do love the cells that's popping up. I love the cells that popped up the first time. I mean, when I was first pouring the cup out. But, you know, just with all the tilting and stretching that you have to do when you're doing these letter canvases, it just will get, those cells will get wonky and you may just end up tilting them off anyway. So no biggie there. I like the composition, but again, it's not for me. I'm going to send a picture to him. He'll let me know what he thinks, and this will be dry in another 24 hours. Thank you for watching.